Mon Monsoon Season by Human Kid. I think that's how you say his name correctly. Humankind. Han. I'll just say Han for short because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna butcher this man's name. So my first experience listening to him was again from the Big Dog single that he had coming out last year, and then with his following single, Run It Up, was actually pretty cool and all that stuff. So when I saw that he released an album, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So I already had like a good gripe of like what I'm probably might get into. Not too sure because the only two songs I listened to was just Big Dog's remix version with ASAP Rocky and then with Run It Up. So I thought, okay, gotta be open minded to like new artists, especially when they make like certified bangers, like not once, not twice, but three times. So it's just like, all right, I was just like, fuck it. So start to finish, pretty cool, solid project from this guy. Like I thought everything was just perfect, in my opinion. And for me, honestly, it was just not that bad. That for me, that like I haven't dwelled within a artist's catalog for too long to like get surprisingly like surprised of like how good this project is because again I know he made songs before, but like the only like for me caught me is just like wow, like this guy is such a great artist from just only having like two songs I listened to. I'm like, all right, fuck it, just why not? And it blew me away. So with this, takes a lot of like bit of a himself, and then with some features and everything. But overall, the overall messaging of like of how I took this album of like just him being his true self and just fight for a greater cause and not to let anybody put you in doubt and shame of like what you believe in. That's how I took it in some way. And then with like the monsoon, I'm assuming that has to do something like with great cataclysmic like weather storms and all that stuff because I was like, what's monsoon season? Because I don't know if that's just like a made up word name, but it's actually a real thing though. So let's get into it with Reckless. Beat was really catchy in the beginning because once I know that, I was just like, all right, this is about to be something really nice and intriguing. Beat was really good. I enjoyed Denzel's verse. It was just really nice. I just wish it was more extended, but overall, like Han had a really good rapping capability on here from the get go. So I was just like, all right, so I'm gonna dwell myself into a really good project here. Baked dogs, catchy, not a skip in my opinion. Beat goes really hard though. Goons, Han has a very eerie like choice that he has on his beat and like with some lyrical contental suggestions, but it really gave me like a I don't give a fuck energy and don't fuck with me too. So I really like I really like that type of energy that was brought on here. And Maki's Cream's verse was really cool too. I just didn't expect like his flows to like really just soothe in there, just effortlessly smooth. And it was like, wow, like that was just again another great feature with Denzel too. Run It Up, really great. I love like this being more of uplifting song and like the production just shines on here and it would go crazy on the aux because at the very end of like the couple like almost like less than a minute and a half it just goes and we going on like I don't know. I feel like the beat got so much better at the very end, but it was just like in its final climax of the song. So I was just like, man, like I felt like a little bit edged on there just a bit, man. Someone told me just felt like a retrospective type of song, like a vice of like what you shoot don't and like the type of impact like you would not only have for yourself but those that are around you and look up to you. And like that kind of hit me in a way because I do in my line of work do inspire people and like give like advice to some degree. So words and actions and does have impact on people. It's just how you conduct yourself and to present yourself in a certain way does have impact on people that those that you surround yourself with. So yeah, cause what for this one it had a really simple beat and it wasn't really too abrasive, I think that's the word, or coherent in the way, which really didn't like take my immersion of the song. It was really good nonetheless. And like it has such a, like a simple question of like your purpose and like what you should do, and again with like what you're fighting for in a way, which is really just like relatable and really authentic in a way, because again, what do you do in your life, you know? And whether if it's good or not, like what are you doing it for? Is it for yourself? A lot of questionable moments that you would have on that song of like your purpose and like how you proceed life with that purpose that you put for yourself. But yeah, Monsoon season, it just felt like it was like runner up, run it up in a way, but it had a more like darker production. Like I don't know like what production that he used, but it was just like a very eerie type of production. It wasn't, I'm not saying that like in a bad way, but it was just like one of those like intriguing like productions. Just like it sounds so weird, but it's just like you like it. Like that's how I felt while listening to the song. They didn't take my immersion of it. It was still really good. Holiday, in my opinion, it's a good song, but I just really don't like the rapping over it. I don't know, like if I do run this back, like I might skip it every now and then. Like if I want to listen to the whole experience, I wouldn't skip it. But like if I personally cherry pick the songs, then I wouldn't. I like it, but I wouldn't go back to Holiday every time unless I want to again experience the full experience of the album. Um, Villainous Freestyle, he switched his flow and it was just really cool in my opinion. The delivery and production actually beat was just really great. It just had so much potential because I feel like in my opinion like it would be like someone told me or like a monsoon season, but like this song would be a whole lot better if it was like in that type of lane, because I feel like it was trying to, I'm not trying to compare these songs because they're all one different from another, but I feel like Villainous Freestyle was just trying to keep up with, how Monsoon Season was, or if someone told me better, like I just felt like it didn't have like its own kind of an identity of its own, because I felt like it just took those types of elements and it just really wasn't really sounding right on this style, in my opinion. But it was still really good though, in my opinion. I just wish it would just be better. Sicko was just everything good here. Nice flow, nice beat, just really nice stuff that he has on here. Really such a good highlight before we get into, the remix of Big Dogs. And despite me loving the original, I love this one so much more because it has ASAP Rocky in it. And it's just like, bro, you got Rocky on the beat. It's done. You are Gucci. It's a certified, oh, Rocky in that song? Oh, it's about to hit platinum like it did, man. It was just great stuff. And that's my favorite version to listen to the song because of Rocky's verse. And just overall, it just made it so much fun to listen to because it was like, hold up, that's in a minute. They call that shit pimpin'. I'm yelling and some of them are Louis Hemingway. For me, I just love listening to Rocky rap because he just sounds so much fun while he's doing it. So yeah, the whole experience of this album just made me appreciate with Han and his capabilities of becoming, one of the up and coming rappers that are now popping up to the scene. So it's really nice to see that. So I'm actually really excited to see where he's going to take with his music career and with artistry. And it does have some elements of like his culture, because I know there's like an interlude somewhere of like his grandmother or his mother like talking in his own their own language to him. So it kind of gave me the whole rebellious like fight we fight what you believe in type of feel of this album, and to make like a type of impact too. So yeah, with this, I'm gonna give it like a good solid 8 out of 10 project, because I feel like, you know, he didn't like, for me, what weighs it down just like a little bit that he had to use like a remix, because I felt like, remixes shouldn't be anything more than like a deluxe or an extended version of it, instead of putting, hey, this is like the base version of it. And I felt like in some instances where some songs were like for me kind of comparable, because if I would listen to, why would I listen to, Villainous Freestyle if I can listen to like a Monsoon, or as someone told me, I felt like with each of the songs does have its own identity, but it can also be, comparable at the same time of like, man, it doesn't the mixing wouldn't sound better if it was done better on so and so. But yeah, overall, it's a really solid project, and I can't wait to see what Han has more in stores for him afterwards. But yeah, good solid project, and I didn't expect me to be blown away of like how good it was. Like off rip to listen to a new artist that I haven't really digest their catalog of singles and or EPs for a while before I can get for me personally a greater a, a, a greater capability of like to understand their sound. Like everybody's different. So with him, it was just quick and he surprised me. So yeah, honestly, favorite song on here, I gotta say, is probably the Big Dogs remix. And if it's not, Big Dogs, it'll probably be Run It Up. Really good stuff, man, on here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments and your favorite song and all that good stuff. If not, that's a-okay with me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fanagos239, and I hope you all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is. Take care, stay safe, and all that good jazz. But anyways, guys, later.